Good afternoon, everyone. It's that time of the day, and we're going to be looking at the markets. We're going to see how silver, gold, platinum, palladium are looking, and then, of course, we're going to have a look at the crypto market as well. We've got 4 articles for us to have a look at. One could be in regards to platinum, whether that's going to be good, essentially. So we're going to be taking a look at that, and I've got a couple of gold articles that we're going to be looking at as well. And then there's also a crypto article that we'll be taking a look at. So, well, we've already started off with a few people. Will Stalker's here. We got Mellow Stacker. We got Stacks and Stuff. Isaac Zert. Is it Zerk? Hello. How are you doing? And we got Stacks and Stuff saying, "How are all you guys doing?" It's great. It's great to have you guys here. So let's get things started. So the articles that we're going to take a look at are gold eases after surprise US CPI jump. That's consumer price inflation. Holds above $1,400 an ounce. Then we've got gold shrugs off CPI after Powell flags rate cut amid global risk. And then, interesting enough, the South African platinum firm kicks off wage talks. Now, this could be significant in regards to where the price of platinum is going to go, because they tend to strike a lot in South Africa, and 75% of all platinum in the world comes from, you guessed it, South Africa. So this could have a significant impact on the price of platinum if it goes into a strike, and it normally does. They don't normally agree at the table. Also, when we're going to have a look at this, you're going to see how much they want in regards to their increase, and then we're going to be looking at why cryptocurrency isn't going away anytime soon, even though it had a bit of a fall. So let's have a look. Silver price. Currently, we are priced at $15.15 an ounce. It was in the green this morning. It's come back some, mainly because of the CPI. So we're going to take a look at that. Stephen, how you doing, Stephen? I've got a bit of news. Do you know that the Valiance, the 1 ounce Valiance, is limited? I only just found out this afternoon, which is very interesting because the price is fairly, I wouldn't say high in regards to its limitability. Native Stackers here. I thought all platinum comes from Cork. Stacks and Stuff just asking everyone, how's everyone doing? Yeah, so Stephen, I thought that was a bit of interesting news. And guys, I've got the Valiant review for the 1 ounce bullion coins going up tonight. I've got it scheduled. I'm just going to finish up a few finishing touches. Yeah, that's correct. You got that bang on, Stephen. Unfortunately, a lot of the bullion guys are not advertising the limited limited mintage of the coin, which I find very interesting. So either they don't know or they've missed it completely. And the pricing on that piece isn't bad either, considering it's limited to 100,000. Anyway, right. So we got our wedge here for silver, which is currently on the daily. So yesterday it was 3 days that silver was in the green. And then today, it initially started in the green, which would have made it 4 days in a row that it would have been in the green. But it's pulled back some, but we're going to look into that as well. So the high for the day for silver has been $15.31. So it's pulled back about 15 cents. So we're going to keep a close eye on that one. Followed by gold. Once it refreshes, there we go. Right, gold currently is also fell back, considering. So it's the gold high for the day was $1,427 an ounce. So it's basically fell about 19 since its high, which is very interesting. That's quite a substantial amount. On the day, though, it's changed $10 on the day. But the candle very much performing the same as silver. If you have a look at that red candle there and the gold red candle there, pretty much the same. Still in a bullish pattern in regards to what gold is up to. Silver too as well. If you look at where we started this whole process, so we're still very much on an upward trend. Let's bring this more close in line. There you go. So we're pretty much, at the moment, the metals seem to be only moving really based on the news out there. So that's pretty much all we're going to see in regards to where gold and silver are currently going. I'm certainly, in regards to the interest rates cut coming in, I'm certainly expecting an upward trend, upward movement the moment that happens. So we could be there testing that 1533, 1535, and then of course the big 1550. Those are the two next resistance levels that I'm expected to check out. Silver Junkie. What's going on there, Stephen? Sorry, Stephen, just let me know what's happening there. Silver Junkies. Sorry, Stephen, just let me know what the story is there, please. This is... Jeez, it just flipping annoys me when stuff like that happens. Well, you've deleted his first message, and then of course you've hidden him. So whatever you're doing, just please correct it. Hey, John, are you well, buddy? And we got Big Bank, Diddle Bank, Silver Stealer, Silver Junkie. We're going to try and sort that out if you're still listening there. I've just asked Stephen here to sort that out. Clinton S, how are you doing? World Stalker says, just in regards to that, we got Silver Stealer says, yeah, Native, I knew you were moving. Hope all works out for you, buddy. Steeler's been really busy looking to buy a new house. Wow, okay. Jeez, good job, man. Getting in the property market. Maybe Stacker, what is the limits? I certainly appreciate your feedback there, Silver Junkie, but I've just asked the man who's actually gone and pressed something. Can you please fix that, Stephen Heath? Because I can't change it. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Thanks, Big Bank, Little Bank. Silver Steeler says, Limey, I made my biggest precious metals purchase late last night. That sounds fantastic, man. You said it's your biggest. So what sort of ounces are we talking about? Okay, well, look, Will Stalker sorted that out. Silver Junkie, if you're still around, just put a comment in there, please. Right. What did you get, Silverstein? I'm sure he's going to be doing a video, that's for sure. I think you have a long lag on the side of your stream. Let me just check that. Can you guys all hear me okay? Cool, Silver Junkie. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that comment you put there, man. That was awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, Stephen, I think you said you got about 20 ounces or something. I saw your video that you uploaded. If you haven't checked out Stephen Heath's video, definitely go out there and check that out. He had like 20 ounces of, well, he had a whole bunch of silver pieces that he bought, including the 20 ounces of the 1 ounce Valiant. I'm going to be uploading the 1 ounce Valiant review later on, so just make sure you're available for that. It's going to be up in the next 4 hours. Right, sorry, I diverse. So silver, I'm still fairly bullish on the way silver movement's going to be, just because of the feedback that's in the market. I reckon we are going to see a higher price for silver. Interesting enough, I'm going to do a comparison. If you have checked this out, guys, in regards to platinum, right? Check how platinum looks with silver. Now, if you guys noticed we had a look at a article that spoke about silver being the new platinum. Well, I'll tell you what, just check. Right, this blue line here is platinum. I'm going to try and see if we can get it. There you go. Look at that. So we have a pattern here where it's rising, where it's cresting and then coming down. So we've got that same momentum there, and then it's up, same momentum there, and then it's down, same momentum over here, and then it's up, and then it's up over here, and then it comes crashing down, which is the same momentum that we have here for platinum. If you look, it goes up, and you got it in the green area there, and then it goes down, very much like this momentum here, except the one thing is we had this huge increase in platinum here. But then the moment it falls down to this level, it pretty much follows the way silver has been behaving to this point here. So I'm going to try and see if I can get that to overlap again. What do you guys think of that? There you go. Sorry, that's about as... Stephen E says it was 112 ounces total, 25... Oh, sorry, I thought it was 20 there for some odd reason, Stephen. So 25 1-ounce Valiants and a 10-ounce Valiant. I did see the 10-ounce Valiant. The 10-ounce Valiant looks super. Did you see my video on Monday, Lime? Unfortunately not, John. I've had sort of a hectic week, but I will head over to your channel the moment we finish with this live stream. Woolstock says, yeah, you're all good, Limey, no lag, caught up on comments, super. Don't know what happened there. Okay, well, it's okay, Stephen, it's all sorted. I just don't like stuff going wrong. It's pretty much an open network, so I don't mind people talking amongst themselves, that sort of thing. Also, because you're a good junkie, you accidentally banned you there, not on purpose. Big bank, little bank. So you're riding the crypto dip, Limey. We're going to go into that in a sec. It relates to this stream. Okay, cool, John. I'm going to check that out, my man. Guys, you've got to check out John RMS's channel while you're at it as well. So, right. Sorry, I digress. Right, so there we go. We got platinum. And in yesterday's, I said they said platinum silver could be the new platinum. So looking at the way this has performed over here and the way it's performing here, there is a similarity in regards to the way the movements of platinum and silver seem to be connected, with obviously the exception of this huge thing here, increase. But I thought I'd show that to you guys anyway. Okay, we're going to be looking at gold. So again, we still have a very bullish momentum for gold. Again, that 420 resistance level is still there. We keep going above it and then pulling back, but that was mainly on news from the Fed, which we're going to go through in a sec. Right, so let's look at platinum. Clinton says, I have 48 Morgans left until I have the full set. I wonder how long that will take to finish off. Wow, great job, Clinton. That must be, I'll tell you what, the Morgans it's a hefty coin to pick up. I can just imagine having 48 of them and what sort of weight that must be. Lovely, lovely. Are they all separate dates, or do you have a couple of the same dates? Right, so this is platinum here. So platinum pretty much doing the same as all the other metals based on the sort of news that's out there at the minute. Again, we're more than likely going to see a higher platinum price. I want to see it above this 840 level here. This 840 is resistance. So I want to see us going above that. We have an upward trend here that started on the 17th of June. So it's almost been about a week or so. So as long as we can keep that momentum up, and of course the news happens that the interest rates, the interest rate cut comes into play, then hopefully we should see a breakthrough on that level. If you look at Palladium, Palladium was on its high yesterday and it's pulled back some today again. So I think that's essentially just some news in regards to today, maybe a bit of profit taking, because Palladium was sort of doing its own thing. If you have a look at the gold and silver charts, that was pretty much doing its own thing. I mean, it's had a rally here since what, June? 5th of June. It's just been going up and up and up. Not really much pullback, and we're still way above our moving averages here. If you look at our moving averages, the 20-day moving average is $1,523. So we're still above that. Even the 30-day is almost just under 15. So we might see some form of correction pullback, and then consolidate out, and then push on maybe towards the end of the month, and then start breaking through into these, hopefully into a new high for Palladium, because essentially we're really not that far away. Will Stork says, I don't see platinum price on the screen. What's it again? Let me just have a look. Platinum. So platinum is priced at $825. The high for the day was 832, and the open was 826. So it opened at 826. So we're only $1.59 down. And likewise with Palladium, it opened at 1585. The high of the day was 1604, and then it's dropped back some to well, it dropped it to as low as 1557, but now it's currently sitting at $1,561 an ounce. John RMS says, oh god, crypto all over the place. I know, yeah, we're going to come to that in a sec as well. Stephen Heath apologizing, no issue, Stephen, it's all sorted out. That is a heck of a jump for a very short time. World, it's the blue. I love collections like that, Clinton. Way more exciting to put together. Hey, this Trucker's Life. Always learn so much from you. Thank you very much. Hey, absolute pleasure, man. Jeez, we got 16 in the chat here. This is fantastic. It's quite funny. Yesterday, that one coin collector had a raid. He did a video and sent a whole bunch of people over here, and they had to first one to say, I'll watch this video afterwards. They had to say a certain quote, and they won a Mercury dime or something like that. So keep an eye on his channel. That one coin collector, he does giveaways every now and then. Well, his last couple, where he goes onto channels, live streams, and then people have to quote a sentence. So just keep an eye on that. Also, it says, how many are there in the series? Well, I presume he's probably talking about the Morgan dollar. Clinton S just confirming, yes, separate dates in my Dansko album. No duplicates in there. Lovely. John RMS says, sweet Clinton, currently hauling bentonite. What's the chart for that? I haven't even heard of bentonite. I'll check that out. Bentonite. Let's see if there's a chart. Have any of you heard of bentonite? Okay, it doesn't exist on the, there is no pair for it, for bentonite to US dollar, currently on TradeView. Will Stalker says, Graham Stacker, or he refers to him as Graham Cracker. Everyone's just saying, let's Graham. It says, hey, Will Stalker and John RMS. Hello. Hey, Guido. Jeez, Guido, how you doing? Jeez, the chat is flying. Feeding the boys. TTYL, feeding the boys. Okay, guys. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Thumbs up, of course. Smash that like button. Hello, Clinton. And then we got Will Stalker Limey. What's the chart for vibranium? Might sell mine. Hit that. Hit Limey, everybody. Oops, I mean, hit the like button. Guido, say hello to Sheffield there. Right, let's get stuck to it because I'm diversing here. So let's look at the first one. Okay, so gold eases after surprise US consumer price inflation jump. Still holds above key level at $1,400 an ounce. Right, gold prices fell on Thursday, erasing gains made early in the day after a stronger than expected consumer inflation in the United States cast doubt whether the US central bank will cut rates as aggressively as expected. Now we're pretty much going to see this sort of news coming in. That's my expectations. We're going to be seeing this. Yeah, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. This news is that. That news is this. So we're just going to constantly be trading in a certain level. And even if you look at the silver charts, let's have a look. I think we're pretty much going to be trading between 1490 and what's that, 1532, at least until the end of the month. That's my indication. So it says his spot gold dipped 0.3% down to $1,415 an ounce, dropping nearly $6 after the US Consumer Price Index, demonstrated a pickup in the underlying inflation, increasing in June by almost in nearly 1 to 1.5 years. We saw today's inflation data, and markets started to back off today because it challenges the need for additional rate cuts, said Chris Garney, the president of the world markets at the TIAA Bank, calling bullion's decline a knee-jerk reaction. So Thursday move is just an adjustment of the fact that maybe it has gone up a little fast yesterday, and it's still holding nicely. A little fast. I mean, it didn't even go up by that much, to be honest. I think we can all agree on that. It wasn't like it was $50 like straight up. I mean, it really wasn't. I think maybe what 20, 25, but probably at its most. Hardly a knee-jerk reaction. It looks like that we're going to hold above the $1,400 price range. Spot gold was rose 1.5% on Wednesday. Just trying to break this down. This statement weighed on the dollar. The US currency against major other currencies extended declines for the second session. Policymakers from the US Central Bank are scheduled to meet on July 30th or the 31st, where investors will look for further cues for monetary policy easing. Gold rallied to a 6-year peak of $1,438 an ounce last month, largely on the back of expectations of rate cuts. A break above the 1438 may lead to further buying orders, with 1,500 in its sights. Indicators of the investment sentiment holding the SDPR Gold Trust, the world's largest gold-backed exchange rate fund, rose by 0.8% on Wednesday. Amongst other precious metals, palladium erased gains and dipped 1.4% to 1,567 per ounce, which we had a look at. Silver was down by 0.1% to 1522, while spot palladium or platinum gained 0.3% to $827 an ounce. Health Babe is here. Hey, Health Babe, how you doing? Right, so I'm just going to check on the chat here. The chat is flying at the minute. Right, let's have a look. So we got Graham Stack that says, sold most of my slab coins yesterday. Most of the new stuff. Got 27 ounces in silver. Kept all my 70s, though. Good job. Graham, what did you have? I just did a big trade for the opposite. Got more graded coins. Nice. Native Stacker. Hey, Native Stacker, how are you doing? What's the best company to buy gold, silver, etc. through? Best reputation? World Stacker says JM Bullion is great. So I suppose it depends on where you are in the world. If you're in the States, probably JM or was it? What are some of the other companies out there? APMEX. Graham Stacker says it was 17s, 18s, silver, and enhanced proofs, all 69s. Guido, just saying hello there. We got DB Stupid. The Trucker's Life is all major dealers are reputable. Shop the price. Watch for sales. Got to go. Nice talking all of you. Cheers, Native Stacker. The Health Babes just turned up as well. And starting small, $50 weekly. There we go, to mass over time. Good job. Stephen Heath, have you bought gold coin? There we go. Health Babe says, busy. I'm just listening instead today. No, Health Babe, I'm still waiting for spot to drop. I think probably Health Babe is doing the same. She's not buying any gold until she sees a lower gold price. Is that correct, Health Babe? Right, so that's the one article out the way. The next one, gold shrugs off CPI after Powell flags rate cut amid global risk. Prices could stay on upward path, Vanguard Iron says. Inflation not enough to change the Fed mindset, BMO's Wong. Right, gold futures rose to a third day on speculation stronger than expected US inflation. Won't be enough to convince the Federal Reserve to shut the door on a potential rate cut. Bullion stayed above the $1,400 level even as consumer price rose more than the forecast in June and jobless claims fell. While Fed Chair Jerome Powell had noted the strengths of the labor market, he said on Wednesday that the economy faces risks, including a global slowdown in manufacturing that fueled bets policymakers will cut rates, boosting the appeal of non-interest-bearing gold. The CPI data was probably not enough to change the mindset of the Fed, given how long inflation has been quiescent. Tai Wong, head of the base and precious metals derivative trading at BMO Capital Markets, said an email, gold is clawing back. CPI sparked losses as market grabs a short-term bargain. Gold futures for August rose by 0.2% for $1,415 an ounce. Prices paid gains as the Labour Department released data showing that consumer price index, which excludes food and energy, rose 0.3%. It will take more than one stronger print in inflation to even register for Fed's policymakers. And there we go. We got the dovish Fed in regards to that chart there. The gold trades near 6-year high after Powell flags rate cut. Exchange traded funds backed by precious metals. Metals has been rising, with holdings reaching 2.311.3 tons, 2,311.3 tons as of Wednesday, the most since 2013. So there's quite a substantial amount in ETFs currently. We'll be back to give more comments. Super, thanks, Health Babe. There we go. Health Babe says yes, you are correct. Will Stalker Graham, I just traded 20 ounces of generic for 2017 PF70 Rwanda Nautical, and they are already going for $450. Fantastic. Blended whiskey. Hey man, how you doing? Great to have you here. Clinton S says, gotta get going, everyone. Clinton, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it, my friend. Will Stalker. He says, hey, blended whiskey. Right, it says, although there will be a few bumps on the way, given the level of skepticism in the first gold rally cycle, we think that there'll be even greater rush for gold in the coming weeks. And I've also said this, in regards to the bullish trend, the moment we see interest rates being cut, we're going to see a hammer of a price coming up. That's what I'm really excited for. So I can't wait. So like I was saying, we're just going to be up and down until we get to that point. Gold prices should stay on an upward path as central banks pivot to an easing stance. The US dollar turns gradually weaker with the dovish Fed, and the burden of a harmful yielding debt rises. The recent gains in gold are likely to be sustained with the financial market uncertainty and accommodative monetary policy seen supporting gold investment demand over the next 6 to 12 months. The US dollar may remain range-bound as tensions and as trade tensions and lower rates offset continued economic growth. In other precious metals, silver futures were little changed on the COMEX. Palladium declined on the New York Mercantile Exchange, while platinum has also little changed. Right, and then we move on to platinum. Right, what we have here is we've got South African platinum firms kick off wage talks. Now, if anyone knows in regards to the way wages are structured in South Africa, there tends to be an initial negotiation. Now, the initial negotiation, the unions always come in there with these ridiculous requests for wages. So we're gonna go through this, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is that this will more than likely, based on even on my experience living in South Africa, they always tend to strike, and they very rarely agree at the table. So this could have an adverse effect on the price of platinum moving forward. So we're going to get into that. Let's just have a look again. Where are we with silver? Okay, silver priced currently $15.11. We've got gold currently priced at $1,405. Okay, so it is pulling back a little bit. Looks like we're just seeing it drop lower there. There's no wick on that candle currently at the minute, and this is on the daily. So let's go into the hourly and see how it's looking. Oof, we see a strong candle down there. Okay, we're just $1,404 currently at the minute. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let's have a look at silver. Okay, let's go on the hourly for silver. And more than likely, yeah, silver dropped down to 1508. It's currently at 1511, so we are seeing some selling going on there. The platinum, $822.95 an ounce. Again, small little wick there, so we could see some more downward pressure, but we're going to check that out in a sec. So let's get straight to it. Right, 75% of all platinum in the world comes from where? I mentioned it earlier. Who knows? 75% of all platinum comes from which country in the world? Health Babe says, looks like Fed might hold on to interest rate for the rest of the year. It could increase the rate next year instead, as I've learned today. Well, I think that's probably what's happening there. Although I don't know, it just seems to be mixed. There's a mixed feeling out there, and I think it's 50-50 whether it's going to go either way. Because if you're saying that, but then I'm also looking at the news, and they're saying, well, regardless of what's happening CPI wise, it's not going to change their mind in regards to rate cuts. However, if you look at the price now, the price is dropping a bit. So I wonder if some are saying, well, maybe that interest rate's not going to come. So what's the safest bet? Let's sell, and then we can always get back in. So we're going to take a look at that. Health Babe says Russia, blended whiskey, South Africa. That is correct. South Africa, 75% of all platinum in the world. South Africa has the biggest reserves of, well, 75% of all the world's platinum is found in South Africa. I mentioned this earlier on. So bang on. So this could benefit anyone looking at buying platinum, but you'll be taking a bit of a gamble. However, let's have a look. This was 2 days ago. South Africa platinum firm kicks off wage talks. Johannesburg, the world's top platinum miners kicked off talks with the South African unions on Tuesday in what is expected to be a tough round of wage talks, as a rise in profits is likely to provoke higher wage demands. There's a picture there of a miner underground. Right, so let's have a look here. Miner seen underground. Well, there you go. At Lonman's PLC's Korea mine in Marikana, Rustenburg. Right, the majority union in the platinum sector, the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union, said it had presented its demands to Anglo-American Platinum and would do the same to the rest of the firms this week. It is important that we look at the employers' wages, and there's nothing really that can cry foul of where we are hopeful that they will look into lending an offer that is reasonable, says the General Secretary, Jimmy Gamma. The union has demanded a hike of 17,000 rand, which is about $1,100 per month. Now, to put things into perspective, that is probably a significant monthly salary for someone in South Africa. 17. So they're demanding a wage hike of 17,000. Look, their wages are pretty dismal, and when it comes to the mining sector there in South Africa. So that's probably the reason why they start off with a hammer of an increase. In fact, there you go. It says around per month or around 48%. So they're probably earning about 15,000 rand a month, and then they will basically want to get a lot more. So for its members, so I don't think they're going to agree to that. Sibanye Stillwater, which is set to meet the union this week, said the platinum price has remained depressed and that the current demand was not sustainable for the miners. There has been for decades an underinvestment in capital. That is why there has been mine closures in the last few years. You cannot pay out everything in higher wages. We need to also invest in sustainability of the industry if we want to preserve jobs in the long term, said Sibanye spokesman James Wellstead. Implats and Impala Platinum declined to comment on the negotiations. Africa's most industrialized country has the biggest and most lucrative platinum reserves, but a strike in 2014 cost the industry billions and forced firms to cut jobs and shed mines after a supply glut weighed on the platinum price. Negotiations may be tough, however, as the higher price for palladium and rhodium and a weaker rand currency has boosted profits at miners such as Amplats Sibanye, now combined with Lonman, and Implats after several years of losses. Amplats will probably be under the most pressure as their earnings and share price have run most this year, have run the most this year of the bunch. And Peter said Peter Major, an analyst and director of the Mining Mergence Corporation Solutions. Amplats last month flagged that its half year's earnings is expected to rise by at least 80%, boosted by an increased metals price. So there you go. South African Reserve Bank expect to cut rates on July 18th. Well, no, that's a bit of interesting news. Interest rate cut for the central bank in South Africa. More than likely, they're probably pricing in a Fed cut. That's probably the reason why they're doing it. Right. So what do you think of that? Do you reckon you'll be buying some platinum? Will anyone be taking a chance on platinum based on that news? And more than likely, there probably will be a strike. And on the way, they never get their first round of talks underway. Graham Stacker, who's that? Winning image. Hey, gotta go. Produce Silver Steelers video. Cheers. Thanks a lot. Blended Whiskey says Saturday. If the Fed does not reduce, if the Fed rate does not reduce while the rate from other currencies keeps decreasing, the dollar could become stronger and put pressure on precious metals. That is correct. Yeah, what we don't want right now is a stronger dollar. We need a weaker dollar to boost our precious metals pricing. Big Bank Null Bank says, I have some platinum already. Might have to get more. Well, I think anyone in regards to this, I'd certainly be interested to see. Let's have a look. We got say platinum strike. Let's see if they've. Okay, that was on the 8th. That was a few days ago. I don't see anything here about strikes going on. Just more negotiation. Platinum mine wage talks to start next week. 16th of June. Oh God, it's nothing yet. That forces old union seeks South Africa platinum mine comeback. Okay, no. So nothing new there. And I'm going to look at cryptocurrency. So this is why crypto isn't going away anytime soon. But before we do that, let's have a look and see what the Bitcoin price is. Bitcoin, let's have a look. So I've already joined my, I put my uptrend in regards to where the lows have been. So Bitcoin is currently priced at $11,688. It fell from a level up here, which was 13,207. I certainly didn't expect the market to fall as badly as it did. Personally, I was expecting some form of pullback, but I certainly didn't expect it to drop as low as this. Although everyone seems to be thinking, it's okay, it's fresh, it's to be expected. But whenever we have these big falls, it triggers a major selling frenzy in regards to the whole market. So it's generally, I certainly wasn't expecting that much of a pullback. But again, we basically reversed our gains that we've had that we started a few days ago. 3 days ago, we had this sort of bump up, and now we've come back down again. I don't know. What do you guys think in regards to the way crypto has performed? If some of you have crypto. Lamy said, no, since you didn't invite WS. What's all that about? Sorry, blended whiskey. What's that? And back power went out in my neighborhood. Well, glad you're back there, Stacks and stuff. What's that? Blended whiskey says something Saturday. He's probably. Are you doing a live stream? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I missed that one. It says Silver Limey Health Babe. I'm looking at live streaming Sunday, depending on bandwidth. Are you guys in? Also, DB Stupid is on board. Well, let me know what time you are gonna be. You're gonna be live streaming. I'll make some time if I can. I'll have a chat to my wife first, just make sure, just in case she has any plans. Sucker for Silver says, hey SL, there was supposedly a block fail in BTC that caused an extra leg down. But that may be all crypto FUD. Yeah, because essentially I was expecting it to hold around the 12.3 mark, and it sort of did. I mean, this is on the 4 hourly, but if you look at the 1 hourly, yeah, I was expecting. This is pretty much where we ended yesterday. I said, oh, there we go. It's starting to sort of adjust, and then we're going to see some green over here, and then it fell down again, came back up. And then it just dumped back down here, and I was like, "What in the heck is going on here?" And initially, I tried to have a look at some news out there, because normally, whenever there's a big whale that dropped a load of tokens, then essentially you'll find out. But essentially, I couldn't really see anything. so essentially I was thinking it was going to hover around the 12 level, which I thought, it's taking $1,000 off, that is pretty acceptable. But then, we ended up losing, let's have a look, 13, almost $2,000 again. Whew. Most irritating thing for me was that when I was looking at Bitcoin up to this level, Ethereum and the other coins started to take a dive at this point here. And then I was watching that, and then I was like, what's going on here? And then I was trying to get the news out there to see if there was what was causing it. And then I went back to go and double check, and then it was on this one here. It was hovering up, down, down, up, down, up, down. And I was like, shit. Well, I mean, either way, Bitcoin for me is I'm in anyway. I'm in the long haul for Bitcoin, but with many of my other tokens I was more concerned about was Litecoin and Ethereum, and Litecoin's just taken a hefty dump. Ethereum has recovered some. It dropped massively back down to about $262, and that was the most irritating thing for me I was about 305 when I first noticed all of this stuff happening. And I was like, well, considering it's only 15, generally go with your gut feeling. And I should have gone with my gut feeling again. And I was like, should I, shouldn't I, should I? And then it started going down to 299. And I was like, well, then it's only a tenner. I'm sure it's gonna pull back. And then I'm waiting, and it's going down. And then it's 293. And then it's this one here. And then it's like, they're like, what the heck? It's like 288. And then I'm thinking from this point here, it's only $10. It's only $15. And then of course you miss out on this little huge dip over here. So had I actually sold at 305, right, and bought back in at 260, I would have made at least a $30 profit on each of my Ethereum tokens. So sometimes you got to take a chance. Risk equals reward, as they say. There was some news on that, apparently. Sucker for Silver said. Okay, I'll definitely check that out because I couldn't find anything this morning. Health Babe says, "Oh, interesting. I hope no one lost anything." Yeah, I wonder. So I certainly didn't see anything. I put crypto in. All it came up with was Bitcoin had dropped 10%. But that's all it essentially came up with. But anyway, let's get into it. So this is so Bitcoin price 11,723. Okay, in the last hour it's up $13.70. So I wonder if we're going to be heading back towards. We're currently sitting at the 20-day moving average, or just below it. So I wonder if we're going to start creeping away up. So this is certainly moving in that direction. Let's hopefully back up to around the 12.3 mark would be great. But probably 11.8 first would be a good move. Back to 11.8, and then we can honestly start consolidating and then start moving up. And then we look at Ethereum. Ethereum priced at $273. I still think this is a bargain. So there we are, but that 273 consolidating out. So hopefully we should see some upward trend movements, maybe some sort of correction moving up relatively soon, because it is oversold currently. And likewise, I can say the same for Bitcoin. It is oversold. So we need to get into this sort of area here around the 12 mark. But more than likely, we're going to see these moving averages move down. So we might come across and then up through. So over the next couple of days, we'll have to check that out. Cryptocurrency in general, let's take a quick look. Health Babe, she said, blended whiskey. That would be great if you could tell me the topic ahead. I can put some thought on it. That sort of takes away the surprise, doesn't it, Health Babe? That way you really got to put your mind to it. World Stalker says I have a lot of Thai coins on my channel. Fantastic there, World Stalker. Right, so let's take a look. So market cap is down. So we got market cap at 318 billion. It was actually down to about 313. So there has about 5 billion has come back in the market. So 318 billion. Total 24-hour volume, 95.9 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 65.6. Unbelievable. We got Bitcoin currently priced at 11,729, and that's down 4.56%. We got Ethereum, the number 2 token, priced at $273.91. Sorry, did I say an ounce? Sorry. Sorry, per token, 11,729 per token. And then Ethereum at $273 per token, down 4.73%. XRP, that was a big loser. I really have my doubts for this coin. I really do. Priced really fell hard, down to 33 cents. Total volume 2.2, probably more to the selling side than the buying side. Down 8.23%. Then we had Litecoin, down 3.7% to $104 per token. Looks like we're starting to see, well, the makings of an uptrend. Likewise there. I can't really say that much about XRP. Bitcoin Cash, $349 per token, down 9.89. Let's see who the biggest losers. They're the biggest winners. So what do we have here? We've got Japan Content Token. Japan Content Token. Never heard of them. Don't know where they came from. Okay, let's look. Anything significant there? Crypto.com chain. Nope. Well, let's have a look at the biggest losers. So we got QTUM. Okay, and Solve. They're still trying to solve the reason why their price is low. Bitcoin SV as well. It took that was quite hard. 13% down. Tron as well. Also interesting enough, took a heavy knock there. 12% down. Just a few of the big names there. Anyway, let's do it. So Lime, so glad I bought a load of XRP at 39 cents. Well, the market's currently down, World Stalker. A drop is at 33, right? Yeah, that's correct. Health Paper said blended whiskey good. I look into them a little more. Right, so why cryptocurrency isn't going away anytime soon? And this is a post is written by Michael Miglio. He's the co-founder of Wolf Miglio and a professional in cryptocurrency market analysis and the measurements of its regulatory environment. Right, so let's have a look. Cryptocurrency made the transition from concept to legitimate function in 2009 with the creation of the first readily available cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Disclaimer, I and my clients have invested in Bitcoin. Thousands of speculators became millionaires on the back of an early Bitcoin investment. However, after soaring to a valuation of roughly $20,000 per token in 2017, a plunge shortly thereafterwards has led to a debate whether cryptocurrencies really have a future. Now, just remember the differences between the market then and the market now is you've got a lot more news in the market talking cryptocurrency, whereas in 2017 it was pretty much more speculation to a degree. So there's a lot more institutions that are rolling out cryptocurrency than ever before. There's a lot more exchanges out there now than there was ever before. There's a lot of exchanges now that offer bank cards. I wouldn't say bank cards, but they offer Visa cards. So now you can transfer your crypto into cash and you can use it with your card now. So it makes it very easy. So, you know, a use case is there for it. So initially you can buy and sell it and go straight to the shop and go and buy something with it. So let's have a look. A plunge shortly thereafterwards. There we go. There are both advocates and detractors of cryptocurrencies, with its more ardent supporters suggesting that in time it could become an ambiguous as the physical currencies such as the US dollar or the euro. Well, Canada's already brought out their they call it the ECAD. It's their cryptocurrency Canadian dollar. So you know, more and more are looking into that. Also, China is also looking at speeding up their central bank cryptocurrency, and that's mainly because of the threat of Libra, which is Facebook's token. So again, there's a lot more happening in this space than there ever has been. Let's have a look. As a professional in the cryptocurrency market analysis space, I'd like to examine the future of cryptocurrencies in this piece. Why are cryptocurrencies so attractive from a social standpoint? The determining factor in whether cryptocurrencies will survive and thrive over the long period will inevitably be whether they help consumers and businesses overcome the payments challenge they face, and whether or not mass adoption becomes prolific enough to point where such an ease use of usage is pragmatic. Currently, cryptocurrencies are a largely development stage technology and are predominantly the plaything of those in the tech and the financial industries. However, it is their potential to boost the financial inclusivity of much more diverse group of consumers that could guarantee their success in the years to come. In traditional finance transactions, a middleman such as a bank is typically required to manage the movement of money from one party to another. As such, perhaps the biggest fault of the current system is that it excludes the 1.7 billion people worldwide who do not have or are unable to acquire an account with a financial institution. Lack of access to an account may restrict their ability to access financial products such as an affordable credit, insurance, and even essentials such as housing and healthcare. This is especially prevalent in less developed and developing nations. So it's interesting there. It's saying it's less prevalent in regards to lessly developed nations. So that's quite interesting, and also it excludes quite a substantial amount of people around the world who can't get bank accounts, mainly because they require so much red tape. You've got to earn a certain amount of money in order to get this card. You've got to have this. You need this. You need that. It's like versus cryptocurrency. Yes, I can register, take a picture of myself with my ID, and that's sufficient. With most, they need proof of address, where you live. They'll need social security number, blah blah blah. That's stuff that the banks require each day. So therefore, the access cryptocurrency gives you access to some form of banking with little to no red tape, as such. Sorry, just checking the chat here. When can we get Facebook coins? What is crypto backed by? Technology. It's backed by its distributed ledger technology. It's essentially they create so many tokens, blended whiskey, that there's a finite amount of tokens out there. That's why when you look at Bitcoin, and if we have a look at the cryptocurrency market cap, again, Bitcoin, that's the circulating supply is 17.8 million Bitcoin tokens. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin tokens in the world, so it's running out. So what can you expect in regards to the price of Bitcoin? And this is personally what I think. Again, this is my personal opinion on how I see it, is that everybody should have some form of Bitcoin, whether it's a tenth or a hundredth, some form of investment in Bitcoin. I think and in the years to come, as the price gets higher and higher, you will get wealthy from it. I'm not saying wealthy like you're going to be like really, super rich, but essentially the growth in it. There's growth there. If you look at how it's performed, and during this short space, what's it going to be like in the next 5 years, 10 years? Right, sorry. Woodstock says something to be said for the ground floor, though. It says, to me, crypto is like when the states have their own currency. Lordy mercy, cryptos. There we go, Stephen Heath up to his usual shenanigans. Sucker for silver, peer-to-peer, no banks. Love BTC. Yeah, essentially, crypto just cuts out the middleman, which is what the banks are. And that's the reason why the banks are actually so worried about this Libra token from Facebook coming out, because effectively, it's at least the users alone are 1.7 billion people. In order to use the token, essentially all they need to be is probably a Facebook member. I wouldn't say member, but have a Facebook account. So effectively, if I was in the Philippines or if I was in South America and Brazil, I wanted to send money to family, or if someone needed money urgently, you could effectively send the money straight away using the Facebook token Libra. The difference between Libra and most cryptocurrencies is that Libra is going to be backed by actual assets. So it's going to be backed by gold. Well, could be gold. It's going to be company assets. It could be US dollars. I guess they probably need to, set out the. It's going to be backed by some form of asset, according to that. That's what I'm saying. So, effectively, it could also be a stable coin. However, they're saying, it may not necessarily be. It could grow in value, but again, it's not going to be in major because it's still backed by fiat. Libra coin is backed by fiat money. Right, the great appeal of cryptocurrencies is their ability to bypass the middleman. I just said that. And to execute transactions in a peer-to-peer ecosystem wherein the need for trust in the second or third party is essentially eliminated in the lieu of the network, wherein transactions are confirmed and executed on a blockchain, which is essentially a self-authenticating element. No financial institution is required to administer the movements of currency. So again, it's using the network or the distributed ledger to essentially work its way through. You want to pay somebody, it goes through, does all the verifications, and gets sent through to the other person, versus the old system of banking that has been in place for the last 400 years, 500 years, where you've got to have money in certain countries at the other end. So the liquidity is that you've got to have these, banks need to have money in Japan, or banks have got to, they need to have money in South Africa or something like that, or the UK. So when they do the bank transfer, the money has to be on the other end. It says no financial institution is required to administer the movements of the currency. So financial transactions are made across geopolitical and political boundaries quickly, cheaply, and easily. This could increase the access to financial products for many unbanked people in some of the most poverty-stricken countries around the world. I can tell you one thing: the amount of mobile phones that are available across the globe, they're talking a substantial amount of mobile phones are available. And what does that mean? That means that anybody using cryptocurrency can use their phone, which will automatically give people the banking that they require in these odd places around the world, where effectively they don't have a bank down the road. They'll have to go to a city that's probably 20, 30, 40, 50 kilometers away. So having having a bank built into your phone, effectively just by downloading an app, gives you that ability to transact. Sorry, where are we? Blended Whiskey says nuts. Doctor Who, yep. They've had one on eBay for a while now. Let's say something 3 years. I can't beat corn, the second health bear, but like silver, Lording Mercy. What's Stephen Heath up to? Blended Whiskey, if I was in the Philippines, oh my. I'll be in the Philippines next week, says World Stalker. Right. Okay, so where were we? What is the detractors? What the detractors say? So obviously the people against it. The future of cryptocurrency is the subject of much debate, and there are undoubtedly challenges that could limit its success in the future. In the 10 years or so since Bitcoin was created, mainstream adoption has been relatively slow. The historic volatility of cryptocurrencies investments has also led to some doubts about its sustainability for mainstream use. Opponents of cryptocurrency also hold that the value of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin is determined by what investors are willing to pay at some point. Well, that's generally any investment is always down to what someone is willing to pay for it. At the end of the day, I think we can all understand that. We can all agree to that, which may leave it vulnerable to unpredictable changes in value. I can tell you one thing, is that fiat money like US dollars, can be used for manipulation without a doubt. And one of the best things of cryptocurrency is this, because there's no middleman involved, there is little chance, I wouldn't say of 100% manipulation, because obviously if someone dumps let's say 25,000 Bitcoins, if they want to, that's their investment. They can sell it. And yes, everyone's going to get a bit shaky and no, I better sell as well, where you're going to get that volatility. But again, once we start seeing higher prices, the volatility is going to disappear or become less prevalent, which may leave it vulnerable to predictable changes in value. There are also concerns about the lack of regulation from central banks authorities, especially from the United States, agencies such as the SEC. Cryptocurrency prices tend to be quite sensitive to public sentiment, emotion, and publicity, and may make cryptocurrency rife for manipulation by private investors who could potentially drive unnatural price movements with few regulatory ramifications. What's next for cryptocurrency? The managing partners of cryptocurrencies focused law firms collectively believe that there will be continued growth in the widespread use and regularity control of cryptocurrency. We think that this inevitability and ultimately a good thing, which may lead to an increased perception of the legitimacy in the eyes of the public. Although more and more merchants are willing to accept cryptocurrencies, there's still some way to go until digital currencies are considered part of the mainstream financial system. There's also a balance that needs to be struck to increase the regulation of cryptocurrencies while still retaining the fundamental benefits of innovation that have made digital currencies so popular. For cryptocurrencies to move more widely used, they have to gain more acceptance amongst the average consumer, which is what they're working on. And the benefits will need to be better explained and become more easily apparent in the world population as a whole. Regulations in the United States and other nations must continue to be implemented and developed more appropriately to fit the natures of these assets. And furthermore, safeguards and protection will have to be put in place while still preserving the autonomy of the user. With that said, it's perhaps not surprising that cryptocurrency is still currently viewed by many as an investment opportunity rather than the currency that can be used to make transactions on a daily basis. However, with more and more cryptocurrencies being utilized as financial instruments, investment vehicles, equity stocks, functional utilities, cryptocurrencies, and similar digital assets are unlikely to disappear anytime soon. And that's probably where they've coined the term digital assets rather than cryptocurrencies. And cryptocurrencies is quite an old term, personally. Cryptocurrencies might date back as far as 2008, but I think the new word to use these days is digital assets. Right. Sorry, I've drawn on a bit about cryptocurrencies there, so let's have a look and see how everyone's doing. Will Stalker says, I got a 2017-2018 PF Nauticals. Wow, good job. Blended Whiskey says, yeah, nice, World Stalker. Doctor Who says, A first. HP, my bid is in for that coin. Keep it on the down low. There we go. Silver is silver, and always will be. Sucker for silver. Wow, nice 70s to have a World Stalker. My first proof SS. Might start collecting those series. There you go. I'm sure the 17 nautical must be quite an expensive piece to try and get. Blended Whiskey says, you know which one, but don't say it. Doctor Who. Blended Whiskey says, I made an offer, but they slapped me. The offer was too low then, I suppose, Blended Whiskey. Too low indeed. Right, let's check the precious metals and see if there's been any of the movement. Okay, so the new candles formed. We're 5 minutes in. Silver price 15.11. It's currently where we're looking at there. Gold is still hovering just above the 1400 mark. Oof. I can't say that looks great, considering we started the day up here. We started it up here, $1,426, and we're almost $21 down on the day. Wow, heavy days. In fact, it's still going. 1,405. Interesting. Might be 1,404 at this rate. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. Silver's down 15.10. Platinum 822 dollars an ounce. Palladium $1,558 an ounce. Health Babe, I did a comparison there just in regards to platinum and silver, and the familiarities between the two was astounding. I'll bring it up for you again there so you can check it out. So there we go. Look at that. What does that look like? Hey, Health Babe. The orange there is how platinum is. Platinum and silver not far off each other. You can see it goes all the way down here, all the way up, down, up, following it here, then down, then up to this current position over here. So let's just see how we're getting on here. It says they both suck. And Health Babe's probably dying to get into platinum, but she's probably waiting for lower prices. So I wonder how far we're going to go down there. I'm going to take a guess, Health Babe. You want to get into platinum, right? And I'm probably thinking you probably want to get into platinum 780? Is that the level you're looking for? Would that be a good guess? $780. Yes, 100%. Fantastic. So Health Babe wants to see a platinum price at $780. Well, I tell you what, if those interest rates don't pull off at the end of the month, we could well see a move down here. So I think it all depends on what's happening with those interest rates. Or as she says, or below. Well, I think any of that would. So 780. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind for our next chat. Well, so it says Gold Addict just posted his gold stack. He's got like 70 ounces of gold and a shitload of platinum. Wow. I know. I did see his. I think he had a bowl of coins there. In regards to his, he's got a very interesting intro. I actually quite enjoy his intro. It's that's AC Song Physical, and he's going through his coins there. I thought that was pretty good. Health Babe says my ECF's still pending. Yeah, I'm sure. But if we do have a look here, it certainly looks like it's moving in the right direction in regards to what the trend line is showing us. So let's hit the low and see where we go. Right, there we go. That's essentially where our low marker has been set. And let's choose our high marker. So hopefully we can keep going in this sort of pattern. Up, down, up, down. Hopefully we're going to be heading in that direction. Let's have a look. Yeah, great song for the intro. Well, Stalky. I didn't. I was like, geez, that was a pretty well edited and introduced. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, you got to go check out Gold Addict. Go check out his channel. He's got his full stack videos of part 5, or was it part 6 now, or something like that. He's got like 6 parts for his videos. Mad. What's up? Says I just traded with Gold Addict for graded coins. Wow. Okay. What did you pick up? Let's have a look there. Blended whiskey says I'm drunk. Doc, are you drunk? Doctor Who. Doctor Who. What's Doctor Who up to? I finally got my Valiant, buddy. I'm going to be showing my Valiant review later this evening. So what will be 3 hours? In 3 hours' time, I'll be uploading the Valiant video. So make sure you guys see that. Make sure notifications are set. It'd be great to see you guys there watching it first before anybody else. That Valiant coin is sensational. You guys have, as I know, Doctor Who's got one. He's got the 1 ounce Valiant. The quality of that piece is tip top, and it's probably one of a few coins that the Royal Mint issue in capsules for a change, which I thought was very interesting. Will Thorpe says, excuse me, I got 2 of his 2017 PF17 articles and a couple of PF70 Alaman Angels. Lovely. And like 5 of his blessings. I'm not sure what the blessings are. You'd have to clarify that. Health Babe says I'm still in the middle of my auditing for my silver portfolio, and I'm getting ready for a spike at any moment. I know what you mean. That is essentially what I am waiting for. Hopefully, we're going to get that interest rate news. Sorry, I'm going to get out of the platinum page. Okay, so let's. Okay, no, unfortunately, we're coming down now for this moment here. So, bugger. Okay, so there are our lows. Up, up, up. So, unfortunately, we're not up this way anymore. We're now down this way, sort of a bearish trend. Dear, this wedge doesn't look great anymore. Okay, this is on the hourly, so let's have a look. There's our high. Not sure if something like that might happen. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. What's that, 12th of July? That's just within the hourly. I suppose it's not really applicable for the hourly anymore. We'll get rid of that. We'll just keep that bottom trend line. Let's have a look. Would you buy some platinum? I certainly would. I'll tell you what, I'd love to get some platinum, but it's only they ask for serious premiums this side, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would buy some platinum. Health Babe says, I hope hope the short window will help and I can unload the bond on time. What price of silver are you waiting for? Are you waiting short term or long term? Are you waiting for 1550 or are you heading up for 16? What are your thoughts there on your ETF? Yeah, the blended whiskey says, yes, I like platinum a lot. There you go. I want platinum, says Platinum Stalker. You're still talking about buying platinum? Just buy platinum already. I don't know what you're waiting for. Probably waiting for the money for it, I suspect. But I know you said you want to get into platinum. I do like platinum too, as I mentioned in my video at the beginning of this year. Well, also you mentioned that platinum sucks. I think you were just referring to the way it's performed. Considering it used to be the rich man's metal, it was up to $2,400 an ounce platinum. And I reckon platinum's still a good buy. And can you believe it? It's something like 10 times as rare than gold. Yet the price is lower. And I wonder why. Waiting for a low premium deal. Yeah, I know what you mean. Blended Whiskey says, only have 3 ounces of platinum. Well, that's fantastic. That's 3 ounces more than what I have. Lol Silver Lima, yes. That trends for both metals. Also says, well, I like your gold. Our premium is talking about blended whiskey. Oh, red candle forming there. Oh, massive jump there. I'm just watching this candle here. It was in the red a moment and then it shot up. We're up to 15.12 for silver. 15.12 for silver. Gold. Next candle. I'm still 15 minutes in. A little bit of a green wick on both ends though. So definitely buyers and sellers in that market now. Platinum $823 an ounce. Nice to see gold going down. I'm sure everybody's I'm sure everyone's thinking of your sentiments. Health Babe. Sucker for Silver says 1 ounce is better than 0. Will Stalker. Well, that's it. Yeah, you're probably right. You got to get in the market sometime. You're probably right about that. There's no point talking about metal if you haven't got it. Although I'm talking about palladium, I'm talking about platinum. I don't have either. I do have gold and silver, thankfully. I do have Ethereum. I do have Bitcoin. Hope silver will spike up by $20. Cheap. Oh, you mean? Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I thought you meant go up by another $20. You know what? Interesting enough, yesterday, right? When I was looking at, everyone says, yeah, we're gonna, you know, silver's gonna get to, $20 or $25 by the end of the year, right? Well, what will it take? You've got to have a look at it. How much on a daily basis do we need to see silver go up in order to get those prices? So interesting enough, I did a little calculation yesterday. In order for it to get to $100 an ounce, I have to. I worked it out. It was something ridiculous. It was 23 days. Sorry, 23 cents a day that silver has to go up. So every single day, silver has to go up by 23 cents a day for the next 365 days in order for us to see $100 silver. Now, currently, we've only seen one day recently where it actually went over 23 cents. Um, so it seems very unlikely that that's going to happen. What we are seeing these days, though, we are seeing 5 cents. I'm not saying it's happening every day, but we have a more likely a chance of seeing a 5 cent day, a 5 cent per day increase. So, what does 5 cents per day work out to over 365 days? So, what I did was I did a calculation, and what I came up with is $18.25 increase over the price today in a year's time. However, that has to consistently be a price of 5 cents per day on silver in order to get $18 on top of whatever the price is today. So whatever 15, that's 30, $33 an ounce in the next year. But silver has to achieve a 5 cent per day increase. Now, if we have a look at it again, and let's cut it down to 2 cents per day, which is quite reserved. So let's go through 2 cents per day times by 365 days. Over the next year, we can expect to see a silver price of $22 an ounce if we are able to maintain a 2 cent increase per day. What do you guys think of that? So, generally when I see, silver's going to get to $100 an ounce, we have to see a massive increase in the volume per day. And of course, the price of silver going up per day, which to me just doesn't seem achievable. So, in order for us to get those prices, Health Baby says, I did not have a chance to talk about one thing in our live stream. The future silver contract in SCP is a lot higher than any month. Not sure why, but interesting. And so Health Babe says, I don't expect it to go up in a stepped function like what you described from history. It just spiked up for whatever reason. I think silver will be lucky to end the year at $16.50. I think I said last year, I said more than likely we'll probably see a $16 price for silver. And that certainly seems more, achievable based on where we are right now. So I'd be happy with anything over $16. However, when anything over $16 could mean a lot. Could mean $18. Could mean $25. But yeah, look, yeah, I'm just saying, in regards to my calculation there, based on the way silver has performed over the last 6 months, and in order for us to get a higher price in silver, we need to see that sort of volume. Yes, it may, like what you were saying, Health Babe, is that per day we're more than likely just going to see a spike. Well, then all it does is you take that spike into the equation, whatever the value of the spike is. Let's say it's $1, something like that. But then you still need to make up the differences on the other days. Let's have a look. Limey, I heard this same logic speech 2 years ago. Wow, okay. Hopefully not for me. It's the first time I've mentioned that. Blended Whiskey says, Will Stalker, check your message. Will Stalker says, I saw Blended Whiskey. We'll watch later. Health Babe says, anyway, let's see if it can break 1550. Then we talk. I know, I've said this constantly. And funny if there was a friend of mine that sent me messages. He was like, gold's over 1420. I said, gold just went up $25. And then I had a look and it was at 1420. I said, The key resistance level is 1420. Let's say no, it's going up. It's going to reach 1450. And what happened? It's pulled back. I mean, what's the gold price sitting at the minute? 1406. So he was like ecstatic and celebrating. He was like, "Yes, it's gone up by $25 yesterday. Fantastic." And I'm saying the key resistance level is 1420, and he said, "Oh, it was 1420. It was 1423 or something." I said, "Well, it's not enough." And what do you know? It pulled back. Blended Whiskey said silver should be at $16 by now. Yeah, I totally agree. Should be. World Talk says, not from you, Limey, but I just started stacking in 2017 because everyone was raging that it will go to $30 or more, and it's up $1 or 2 since. An interesting question, came across my mind. And do you consider silver a store of value? Do you consider gold a store of value? Considering that both can lose and gain value. And the only thing I see currently at the minute is speculation. That is what's driving the precious metals prices, is speculation. Whether it's silver, whether you're in gold, whether you're in platinum, not necessarily palladium. Let's leave that one out. But let's just say that the three metals, whether you're in silver, gold, or platinum, to me, it just seems speculative on a daily basis because of what we see here. Those that say it's a store of value, then if it's a store of value, it's got to be consistent at a level of a store of value. Because what does one classify a store of value? It means if I put my $20 in something, I'm expected to get my $20 out. But with gold and silver, you put your $20 in, you may not get your $20 out. You might get 18, you might get 17. Or in some cases, when you buy your silver, you put your 20 in and you get 15 out because of premium. So, what do you guys think? Blended whiskey, silver, yeah, not from, okay, yeah, blended whiskey, yes to both. Yes to both. Seriously, let me know your thoughts on that. Do you consider gold and silver a store of value or more a speculative investment? To me, it looks more like a speculative investment than anything else. Like we're all involved in silver for a particular reason where we expect to see the silver price go up. And if you look at the majority of investors, I wouldn't say majority, but a fair amount of investors out there are saying, I wouldn't buy gold at these prices. I'd buy silver. I would buy silver based on these prices now because they expect to see a higher silver price. So, let me know in the comments below. I certainly would like to know your thoughts. Well, Soga says it was at 14ish. My problem was that I listened to a bunch of random YouTube channels that were still in high school and had zero financial advising background. Now I know silver is no investment. Here we go. Health Babe says silver, not in my case. Big time loser over 4 years. Gold in my case, big winner, and preserve my wealth over 4 years. Platinum, flat in my case. However, what I'm saying is, again, you're not answering my question. I'm saying is, do you consider, would you consider any of those as speculative investments? Because the prices do go up and down again, and it's affected by what happens out there. I mean, they've said this loads of times. It all happens in regards to economic situations. It also happens in regards to sentiment, what's happening out there in the world in regards to global tensions, wars. This is the stuff that affects precious metals. But based on that, could it be considered a store of value? So even from a gold perspective, don't forget the gold price could fall at any time if it wanted to. So let's say I bought into gold now at $1,406 an ounce. It could fall tomorrow back down to $1,350 for all we know. That means that to me, it's not a store of value because I lost $50 on it. But is that perception there that it still is a store of value based on that, or is it more a speculative investment? But I certainly understand where you're coming from there. Long term, not a speculation. I'm just asking the question, guys. Woodstock is in 2018. I got 500 ounces at around $14. That's about $7,000. At the time, Bitcoin was 3,000. Imagine the lost opportunity. I hear you. I hear you there. Absolutely. Long term, not a speculation. Okay, so Blended Whiskey says more long term investment in regards to gold, not speculation. But speculation is what is running the market every day when we hear about this stuff. That's why I went through all these news articles. Whenever we had a slump, it was always related to something that was said in the market. So when I mean slump, whenever we had these sell-offs, they were related to something that happened in the market. Healthbabe says they are all insurance policy under any condition, in my view. Silver will be my choice. If we are talking about collapse, they could help preserve. I don't see that happen. Fair play, Healthbabe. So Healthbabe says it's more of an insurance policy against probably a weakening economic situation. So again, it's more of a gamble then, wouldn't it? Because then you're saying it's an insurance policy, but then you're using it. Essentially, the reason why you're buying it is that just in case things may go the other way, then you have your precious metals there to protect your financial, I was going to say your financial stability, rather than a fiat-based currency. Correction, silver will not be my choice. I saw that, Health Babe, and I was like, what? Silver will be my choice. I had to laugh there, Health Babe. I was like looking at it and thinking, okay. But just now you were winning. But I mean, you still want people to buy silver, don't you? You want to pump. You got to off. You know, you got to offload that stuff. Will Stalker says, I never planned for doomsday or collapse. I planned for not retiring poor. See, if you box clever though, Will Stalker, you could essentially stack your stuff, and you can obviously buy the right coins, and then that you can automatically plan for retirement through that process. Lal Silver Limey, yes, need your help to pump, along with many others, please. What are your thoughts on constitutional silver? You know, considering, do you think constitutional silver is a good? Could that be considered an investment? Because obviously that has numismatic value to it. And whenever I see you see videos on YouTube, you get guys who have bought they bought their their silver, they got it at spot or $1 or $2 above spot. But then the moment you look at the book value of these coins, they're worth more than what they got them for. So, what's your take on constitutional silver? Is it something that would that be something you can consider an investment? Blended Whiskey says they called it junk for a reason. So not really an investment then. I'm with you, Blended Whiskey. Bored of junk silver, except key dates. So would you say if you were going to get into junk silver then, or constitutional silver, whichever term you prefer to use, it would probably be advisable to try and get key dates when you're looking at buying constitutional junk silver, rather than just buying any junk silver. Would that be correct? I mean, essentially, the reason why I'm cleverly looking at my bullion coins is I've moved from initially stacking sort of the cheapest metal out there. I wouldn't say cheapest, but the cheapest coins that I can get my hands on. So now thinking a bit more like what can give me the best return, not only from just the bullion value, but also from a numismatic value. So if I were to buy this coin here, appreciation next year could, net me about maybe $10 more versus just buying a Philharmonics 1 ounce or just a Maple Leaf, something like that. Or don't get me wrong, the Maple Leafs are great pieces, or an ASC. So it's prompted me to start looking in that direction now. So if anyone was looking at constitutional, probably you're best looking for key dates and trying to get them for above spot, and then probably selling them on eBay. I guess we have to separate them. It really depends on the date, mint, and condition. I think I got you thinking that way, Sir Limey. You know what? You know it's you know what? You know what's really funny, Will Stalker. Essentially, when like what you were saying, when you first got into the space and started watching other channels, there's a couple of channels it was another overtaxed taxpayer was the person that was the guy that got me into stacking silver. After watching his initial videos, he had a great introduction, a table full of silver, and he was saying, like, when you compare it to a banknote, this is worth a dollar. This is worth a dollar, but it's worth 14 because it's base value, and that's the way he sort of sold it. And I was like, geez, that is actually that is a good idea. I've got money sitting in the bank. It's not appreciating value. The interest rates here are a complete joke. Let me rather use that to buy silver. And unfortunately, I probably should have. I didn't have the know-how. I didn't do the research when I first got into it. And had I done my research, I probably would have tried to even my stack out with gold initially. Bought some gold and bought some silver, and I would have done it. Or I probably would have had a lot more gold today, which unfortunately, in hindsight, I would have done had I done that. But it's interesting when you're out there watching these other guys, and you think, oh, you get excited about it, like, yeah, great. Meanwhile, these guys don't know their arses from their elbows, if I can use that terminology. um, but anyway, Health Babe says S&P is here. Hey, S&P, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Let's have a look. So, constitutions of silver, like 1964 Kennedy halves, are very common, except you have any of them graded at a 64 above, they will be worth more. And that's another thing. Initially, sorry, that I missed out when we were talking about that is, and then everyone was negative in regards to slab coins. Now, of course, when everybody is, you're sort of like, yeah. To me, it doesn't make sense. Not realizing that you've got to be in that investment frame of mind that, hey, if I get this at an MS70, I'm immediately going to probably quadruple the price that I paid for it. Yes, you're going to pay a little premium to send it off to go and get graded, but that should pay off, and then it'll come back in MS70 or something like that, and that's the top grade that everybody wants. So it's initially my mind in regards to slab was, nah, it's me. It sounds like a scam, predominantly because everyone was saying it was complete nonsense. And then, of course, Will Stalker, when me and him started chatting, and he was talking about this and the values, and I was like, what in the heck? We were talking there one morning. I was on his live stream, and I was looking at stuff. I was like, geez, look at the price of some of this stuff here. Flipping MS70 Krugerrands and MS70 this, and there are people watching it, people buying these graded coins as investment coins. And I mean, if you're already losing on silver, then why not just put that money in to get an investment grade coin? And essentially, you can probably double or triple your money in the process, rather than just have a bullion piece that is worth bullion price. But anyway, he certainly enlightened me in regards to slabbed coins. DB Stupid is here. Overtaxed taxpayer is into silver because it is what he can afford. There you go. But he sure as hell he had a lot of it. I mean, if you think about it, he probably could have bought some gold with that. And then he started getting into crypto as well. Way before me, he started getting into like crazy coins. I think it was Dogecoin and stuff I wouldn't. Generally, if you're going to put money in crypto, stick with the top 5 or the top 10 coins, because otherwise you're just speculating that the coins are just going to be worth something. Blended Whiskey said, I watched that guy, then went with gold. There you go. Will Stalker says, I was the same, was watching Silver Slacker, wanted silver bad. I'm looking now and I think his stack is garbage. All high premium bars, and things are expensive, yet won't appreciate. Health Babe says, S&P saying hello there to Will Stalker. The highest grade for a Kennedy harp is an MS68. We are talking about a five-figure coin. Wow, 5-figure coin, really? I've got an uncirculated Benjamin Franklin $half there. That maybe I should. Do you guys think I should consider sending that off to be graded? It's in beautiful condition. It's a 1963 Benji $half. Let me know. Woolstock said, then realized I need to consider my sources, not like they show their resumes. I've actually been to business school, yet still listen to the advice from anonymous YouTube people. Health Babe says, good points. The pre-33 gold has been going up in these few months. Yeah, we're pretty much the same thing here. I mean, obviously, I have to use sites here in Europe, and I mean, obviously, I can look at sites in APMEX in America, but I'm going to be paying all kinds of fees. And they're doing a sale, and there was a lovely what do they call a quarter eagle, $2.50 pre-33. It was a 1908. Beautiful coin, but still, unfortunately, you're still going to pay a hefty premium for that here. Whereas in the States, you might get it above spot. So over here, you pay over the odds for it. But meanwhile, in the States, there's probably a good chance you can get close to, I wouldn't say close to spot, but you'll still pay some sort of premium. Silver, who mint? Sorry, Health Babe, Silver Lament, who minted it? Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't checked the mint date. Woolstock says a 68 will be impossible, probably though, but 65 or more still cool. Okay. So do you think I should send it off for grading? The next time we do a live stream, I'll see if I can get it on. I'll see if I can. Get the Algaries and the Berserker graded. Oh, by the way, the Algaries apparently are delayed until next month. They're not coming out. Health Peep says P or D for a 1963. That rhymes, doesn't it, Health Babe? I tell you what, hang on a sec. Let me have a quick look, guys. I'll just get it out now. I can't stream for much longer, unfortunately, but let me have a quick look. I think I've got a lovely, I've got a 53S dime, which is uncirculated. There it is. It's 1963. It looks like a Philadelphia. Where would the mint mark be on these? Yeah, it looks like a Philadelphia. I don't see a mint mark. There's some scratches on it, but the one side is very neat. The Benjamin Franklin side. You have to get an MS66 as a minimum to try. Okay, it should be on the top of the belt. Yeah, it's a Philadelphia. Then there's nothing there. There's nothing there on the top. Here you go. Blended Whiskey says, I have a lot of silver. The premium alone could have gotten me a small bag of gold. Woolstock says, don't grade the Franklin unless it's a key date. The MGC costs will be more than it's worth. I think it's PGCS in Europe. I have to send it to France. That's where the office is. PGCS to get it sent off. I will say no if you see any obvious issues. Maybe I was thinking of maybe sending in one of those Valiants because I've got two of them. Because I mean they're pristine from the Royal Mint. So I'm thinking of maybe giving it a try with a couple of coins just to get them graded to try it out. Because I've also got Oriental Border Britannia, which I've just found out the 2019s are limited to 50,000, and it looks fabulous, which I'm also doing a review on. So PCGS is the same. No, grade them on your own. What like your own health, babe? Didn't you say you got an MS65 tungsten core? Okay, Bitcoin currently 11,726. I've just closed the screen down, so you won't, I'm not sharing it, but you can hear me. You can hear me. I'm drawing to a close now, but it'll be interesting to see how things move on. But Will Stalker, man, we got to do a investment coin live stream. I think. What Health Babe? What do you think of that? We do investment coins. Why they are a better choice than just normal graded silver. I think that'll be a good one. I learned it in the hard way. They scratched one of my coins. That is a risk. Ah, crap. Walt Stalker says Valiance in MS70 would be worth a lot. Hard to get though. It's a gamble because 69 not worth anything. Well, I suppose it's probably still worth something, right, Walt Stalker? If you bag an MS69, you know, if there's no MS70s, then effectively a 69 could still be worth something to somebody. Indeed, it is a good topic. Yeah, unfortunately, that's where we're going to end it, everybody. As usual, it's been great. We've been chatting a little bit more about investment coins, and I think we're going to have to cover it at some points. I think it's very important because, I mean, personally, if you're going to invest money in silver, then why not put that money, invest it. I mean that term very loosely in regards to investments. If you're going to invest money into silver and you're going to pay a premium anyway, would you not rather have a graded coin that you can get from the first issue of release at a lower price initially, and then 5-6 months down the line it's already gained a $10 value, versus a standard bullion coin is still going to be worth the same price in 5-6 months time? But I think it's something that's definitely going to be worthy of a discussion. Sucker for Silver says probably not worth more than the cost to grade it. We'll talk MS70 Valiance in 2020 will be worth $200. Yeah, so when you're looking at grading again, it's that time you need to keep you've got to keep it for a year to benefit from the appreciation. And I said this before when I did that video about the eBay coins, the people selling the coins on eBay, because it was a year later, you were getting essentially that premium on it. But I'll tell you what, I'm half tempted. It's a pity there wasn't a local office for graded coins here in Ireland. Jeez, that would be so cool. I'll just drop in there and say, here you go, grade these for me. Let's say Health Babe says, don't even grade any coins. Learn how to grade them on your own. Will Stalker, exactly, SS. An MS69 worth about the cost of a coin and the slab, no premium, so maybe 60. However, Will Stalker, in a year's time, we're talking about a year's time here. Yes, it's going to be worth more than, let's say, you just said there, the MS70 is worth 200, right? So that means the 69 could still be worth 140, $120 based on that. But guys, that's where I'm leaving it. Thanks very much. It's been a great having you here. I really appreciate you all. Health Babe, Will Stalker, Sucker for Silver. You guys have been great. Blended Whiskey as well. So we had S&P there earlier. DB Stupid said hello to everybody. And again, it's always great to have your comments. Guys, thanks so very much. I look forward to the next one. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.